Hey guys, I decided to go live YouTube. I haven't gone live YouTube in a while, and I don't know whatever ever is the right time, but I felt that today is a good time because of all that's going on. For those who watch me, you are watching Shirley's World, where this world is always opinions and ideas and input of my life and how I look at things and how the people around me have their perspective of what is going on across the country. I want to talk about the wall and the border because I think that is, like, of course, the number one priority in this country is safety in America. And there's a lot of question about the administration, the media, and it's kind of back and forth fighting with one another. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing these people fight and they don't have a relationship with me. They don't have a relationship with you. You and I relate to this world because we have a tangible relationship to what is going on in the communities today, right? Well, this is what's happening. We're finding that when we look at the media, they want to give us direction. Even politicians who are in Washington, you kind of question, what the hell are you in Washington for if you're not going to listen to the people and you're not going to come back and basically have conversations with us on what we're going through? The people behind the wall is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about people like you and me who live in a country where we're going through a lot already personally, financially, our jobs, our family, our housing, our mindsets. We got all this going on, and then we turn on TV, ain't nobody talking about bull crap. R. Kelly, if I got to hear one more damn R. Kelly video, like that's going to pay your bills doing all these damn R. Kelly videos. The man's a freak. Next. I mean, it's like, come on. Now we're still addressing the wall. A wall that was promised to be built, what, 2 years ago. A wall that we still are debating over having a wall. What is the purpose of security? So let's talk about the people behind the wall. Every American person wants security. Don't say that you don't. Don't say that you don't. You don't leave your wallet out when you go eat at restaurants. Do you leave it on the table and walk off? You don't do that. Do you leave your doors unlocked? Do you leave your cars unlocked? No, because you work towards those assets. You put time and energy to have what you have. And what did you get in results of that? You got what you have, the things you have, the cars, the house, the clothes, the movie tickets that you were able to purchase from your hard work, the things you were to buy your children because you worked hard for them. But now we live in a society, they want you to pay for all these other people because their country did not have a constitution or have rights or have bills or laws in place to provide for them. They'd rather have them come here and you give them your goods. And you're okay with that. I got an issue with black people. Hey, Soul, how you doing out there? Yo's out there. Yo, yo. Yo, yo, bless you, my queen, bless you. Everett's out there, way too real says we got to build a wall. Black people don't think you need to build a wall. They ain't got no problem with the build a wall because you guys are not in California. Do you realize I told you, I say this numerous of times, we're down to 6% African Americans in the state of California, and the homelessness is not on a decline, it's on an incline. We are still getting more and more African Americans who are homeless and displaced because the mass movement of people and the saturation of how much can we handle in the state of California. How much can you think a person can handle in your house? If you stay where you are right now, you're in a 2-bedroom house. Can you get 50 to 100 people in a 2-bedroom house? How about 500 people in a 2-bedroom house? Because that's what it feels like in California. We got 500 people in a 2-bedroom house because we are saturated with people who come here and they expect you to provide for them in this 2-bedroom house with 500 people. That's what we're dealing with in California. The illegal immigration is not good for the country overall because you have to abide by law and order. Now, many of you guys are out there, you're held accountable for anything that you do wrong. But you okay with these people coming here getting whatever the hell they want? I'm just sick of it. I am. Do you know in 2019, shout out and Happy New Year to all of you guys. Do you know in 2019 they have legalized pooping in the streets of California? It is legal to poop in the street of California. It is legal to take a squat in the middle of the street. For True says, I'm in San Diego. For True, don't they bleach those streets out there? You know they bleach the streets in San Diego. I've shown people getting bleached. We're stepping over homeless people, which 85% of the people homeless are black. I don't think we've ever seen a crisis of homelessness in America that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Now, if someone can tell me an era where you've had this many displaced Americans in U.S. history to the point of we have the fortitude and we have the means to take care of our own, but we don't, because we are being pushed aside because there are politicians on one side of the table that wants to help all these other people, but they don't want to help you. But most of all, the black people that don't want to help black people. What the hell's wrong with you Negroes? You Negroes don't even take care of your own people. You sit back and you see that we need to sit together and have conversations in our community. Forget the differences in our party. Let's just talk about how we need to talk about how we should save our own tribe. We are on the verge of extinction, my people. These celebrities who act like they want to support this immigration and illegal immigration, and these people and all their children, they got all their babies. You know what they used to tell me when I was a kid? Keep your legs closed. Keep your damn legs closed. That's what you need to do. But you're not doing that either. Now, I'm going back to legislation. If we look at some of the laws that passed in California, it is ridiculous. The illegals have the right now to sell food on the street. They are giving them permits to sell food on the street. There's no place to wash their hands. There's no place to go to the bathroom. They're just going to sell on the street and sell those hot dogs. And I've known many people to become sick by those food vendors. If we are Americans who live beyond the wall, allow these other people to continue to come to the wall, it's an oversaturation number of people, number one. Number two, it's a health and sanitation issue. Typhus is a disease. It's like a bug. It's a flea bug that was during the plague era. And I've been talking about this a lot on my Twitter and my Facebook. Do you realize that this bug that is going on downtown Los Angeles and all through the states of California, all throughout California, the people are being affected by this bug, and they're biting people and they're needing to be hospitalized. But eventually, the immune systems, the things that we have to rectify these bugs, we're going to not have enough for everybody. We could possibly not have enough to help heal people. And it's spreading. You guys know about hepatitis A. A couple of months back, I talked about hepatitis A. There were 3 men who came to San Diego. Look this up. And they were at a concert. And one of the 3 men got very, very sick, and they couldn't figure it out. And the story goes on to tell you that these men were at a concert, they went partying, they went drinking. Now, you guys know when you drink late at night, they wash those glasses so fast, they don't get a thorough wash. How many of us have gotten lipstick stains and forks and utensils with lipstick marks on them? And maybe saying, this is not really clean. Well, if we're going to be rushing to get another drink out, we don't care about it being super clean because, you know, it's all about profit, right? This man went back to Utah and almost died. Got illy sick and they couldn't figure it out. You know what it was? Hepatitis A. He got it when he was in California. Now, his other 2 friends were partying. They didn't get it. Do you know why they didn't get it? Because those 2 men had hepatitis A shots. And they were in the military. And they figured out those men, because they had the shots, they didn't get sick. This particular gentleman didn't have the shot and he almost died. So hepatitis A is on the rise in California. Typhus is on the rise in California. Open squatting downtown San Francisco is on the rise. They have poop zones and they have apps with poop zones. Now you say, Shirley, why are you telling me all this? What does this have to do with the wall? This has to do with the wall because we have no wall here. There's no Make America Great in California when you have gas at $3.90 or $3.85 a gallon. This is the kind of things that they're wanting to do. They're draining our ecosystem here in California to be an example to the Trump and the rest of you guys across the country that you too could be plagued with all this manner of people and how we're going to be able to take care of these people. We can't take care of these people. If you're in your country, go back and fix your country. We need to have conversations of health and sanity. We need to have conversations of overabundance of people masking into your community. Our resources, our programs, our EBT programs, our WIC programs, they were not designed to compensate for immigrants, illegal immigrants, or refugees. They were designed so that those of us who contribute towards those systems, that eventually if someone came upon hard times, that American could take advantage and go and get something done. But instead, we're having people that are living off these systems, and they're contacting loved ones out of the country to come over saying, don't worry, you get over here, we'll get you a check and we'll get you everything. I'm so sick and tired of this too. I totally agree. Yo-Yo says, I'm sick and tired of those disease line jumping illegal immigrants. No one's talking about the disease. Tell President Trump, please start tweeting out, President Trump, what about the disease? What about hepatitis A? What about typhus? Okay, what about California? Everybody's talking about Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi's nephew, who is Gavin Newsom, who is now the governor of California, is here. And he's now telling us we're going to expand even more of a rapid pace of sending our tax dollars to bring those people over here. Where have we lost our premise of knowing who we are as American people? What has gone wrong in this country that common sense people are not in play? If we don't speak up against this foolishness of saying, well, we have to take care of their kids, and there's a responsibility to keeping your legs closed. There's a responsibility to keeping your wallet closed. There's a responsibility. And when you're working with irresponsible people, then my question to you, if you're going to open up the borders, Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom, then why don't you take that big ass house that you have and start letting them move in your house? Let them move in your house. Let them move in your cousin's house and your uncle's house, because it's total insanity. It's absolutely correct. The public has not spoken louder. The media is speaking about each other. That's like some kind of Amos and Andy show. I don't want to see that anymore. Both sides is just too much. I want to hear from you, the American people. Are you tired of this whole wall immigration? And I'm sure you are. Are you tired of illegal immigration? You don't even care? And the reason if you say you don't care and you're not tired is because you don't live on the West Coast. Because your state does not fall in line of the southern borders. The southern border people have a different perspective than someone, let's say, in Maryland or Maine or Virginia. All you people, you have no clue. You're clueless because you don't live here. You want to sit there and be so passionate and rabid for these people. Why don't you come down to California, downtown LA, and see what the homeless people look like and how horrible it is for people being displaced. We're all tired of this. But unless we come up with a solution of money that needs to be put in place, every other country has walls. So why all of a sudden we're going to be the one that we just going to break everything down and let everybody in here? Every other countries have rules and regulations. Every other country says you want to come here, you need a passport. That's a wall. A passport is a wall. In order for you to drive your car, that is a wall. That means stop. You're not licensed to drive. We're not going to give you the keys. That's a wall. All those things are walls. Those are things that are put in place as a form of protection for you. But for some reason, you don't look at it that way, America. You're being manipulated in the mind to think that we are not caring and loving for these people who have issues. Their issues are not our issues because we can't even fix our own. How are you going to help somebody when you can't even help yourself? You can't even help your fellow man. God told you to help your fellow man, and yet you have not done that. And you are still not doing that. The people behind the walls have to start speaking up. Not just the media, not just the pundits, but people like me and you. Yo-Yo says the so-called Black Caucus is damn joke. Oh, they're on this movement to stand behind immigrants. They don't care about black people. The Black Caucus is now about the inclusiveness of allness. Now, I want you to make this clear. I told you in my previous videos, everybody else has a stand. Everybody else got a voice on the table. The Jewish Coalition got their thing. The Latinos got a thing going on. The Native Americans got to deal with Trump. But when it comes to African American, we always have to be inclusive of everybody else. Why can't we be a sole proprietorship of who we are? Why can't we just say we're going to focus on African American people and not here? But don't forget, yet and but then. And but yet then, your friends are quick to say those couple of words every time you say African American issues that regards our plight, our life. We do not need to be inclusive in everything, just like they don't have us inclusive in everything. You don't hear the Latino community say, and the blacks and the Latinos. We say blacks and Latinos. Y'all need to stop all that bullshit. because we are at war in this country, and a lot of it is cultural. It's cultural suppression that they're doing towards us. Anybody out there, if you agree, please give me some thumbs up, some loves, and share this video, because we need to share these words of understanding. The people behind the wall, we're the ones that are being ostracized. We're the ones that danger. We're the ones that danger. Our health is at danger. Our children are at danger. Honey, let me tell you what else is going on in California for those who don't live here. If you've got children, do you realize that in the schools, half the schools are taught in English and the other half are taught in Spanish? Is that crazy enough? Public schools, no, not private, public schools. So if you got little kids, half the class is taught in Spanish. That means that your child is getting half learning given to them. They're learning half of whatever they should have gotten a full day of knowledge and educating about in life. They got half of that day. And some of them, they're in classes that more than half of the day is now going towards the Hispanics, and they're teaching in Spanish. They're not even trying to learn English. So I want to say to you, how long will you allow pandering to go into your local communities? And when you stand in line and you hear people saying they hate Trump and they hate the wall, but they're not affected by it. And they say, have you ever talked to anybody on the southern part of the border where they talk about the hypodermic needles? People cannot handle the stress in California, honey. They are shooting up heroin in their arm, opium in their arm. Yes, they're shooting drugs up openly, publicly on the streets at the BART station, staying on the ground, and they take the needle and they shove it on the street. And if you're not careful, you too will step on a hypodermic needle where someone just shot themselves in the arm with heroin or God knows what. This is the reality of my life in California. And it just gets old, it gets tired. And yet I say these messages to you. Wake up, America. Wake up, black people. Call your local officials. Say, just sign the bill and let this man have this money for this wall. And let's start trying to get some solutions taken care and rectified for the homeless and the people in America who have mental issues. We don't even take care of the people who have the mental issues in this country. In California, listen, in California, they have shoot-up centers. God be true. They just changed this a couple of months ago. You can go there if you don't want to shoot up on the street. I told you they toss the hypodermic needles on the street. So they're trying to minimize that by telling people, come on over here. You can come and you can shoot yourself up in these shoot-up centers. They provide hypodermic needles for the people. I ain't making this up. Go ahead and Google it for those who say, oh, she's making it up. I don't make shit up. Google the shit, and then you come back and you say, oh my gosh, she's telling the truth. They have hypodermic needles where they are allowing you to shoot up in these centers. They provide you a place to do it, and then you can wash your hands and you can leave. Why are these people shooting up should be the #1 question. Yeah, you believe it. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your loves and your thumbs up. I appreciate that. And y'all sharing these videos. Look, these people are shooting up in centers and on the ground, but the question should be not so much even the drugs. The question should be, why are people shooting up? Why are American people drugging themselves? Why are they so distraught? Why are they so broken down? Because the opportunity of wealth and self accomplishments are minimized in our state now. Because there's all these people take every job. You can't even have a little side job. You remember when you used to have a full-time job, and on the weekend you might go to the swap meet, or you might say, hey, I got a little part-time job. I need to make some extra money to cover a couple extra bills. They suck up the water and the air off the floor to the point you don't even have a job. You can't even get a part-time job. They want McDonald's to pay them a full salary with benefits for them and all their family members at McDonald's. So you know what McDonald's does, which is a pure capitalist? They go ahead and they got these vending machines. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Come on, thumbs up. You know what I'm talking about. That's why you have more vending machines. It's because immigrants have come here and said a child's job, which is vending machines at McDonald's, mowing lawns, those were never for adults. Those for young people who are migrating or who are making a transition into the workforce so that they can learn to be responsible to be able to handle a job in the future. But when you have grown adults who come here in broken ass English working in your burger joints, come on now. Come on now, cooking your food, getting mad at you, seeing you got an American hat or a Trump shirt on. Shit, I wouldn't be wearing that stuff. Not in California, because you know they're going to spit in your food. You know they're going to throw something at you. They're crazy. I'm telling you, the whole situation with how this is being handled and the American people not getting it is buffoonery. It's just craziness for me. Another thing I want to tell you is Nancy Pelosi, Kevin DeLeon, whose parents are here illegally, all these people are working against the African American community, including Camilla wannabe Black Harris, because Camilla, whatever her name is, that woman is not a descendant of slaves. She is not a DOS. She's not a descendant of slaves. Let me make this clear. And because of that, she's a child of immigrants. That is what is priority. Yes, she's got Jamaican or Trinidad or something in her and Asian. But many of you don't realize, because these people are majority immigrants, their passion behind the wealth or the drive of America doesn't live within them. Many of us who are in this state or in this country are from generations of 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 generations. I can trace my generation back to 1854. How far can you go back through maybe your genealogy, not through your DNA, but your genealogy? You need to know your puzzle, know your rights, know how you as a people have been here for so long, but yet you're being pushed aside. You're being stepped over. You're being looked at as the third wheel on the car. Oh, we have the Latino, the Asians, the Jews. Oh, you know, those Black people. We might be third or fourth on the list. What good is that? What good is that we continue to see that we are not the priority in this country? And what good is it that we don't identify the fact that we don't even respect ourselves, or that we don't even start having conversations in our homes, in our community, but we allow the media to tell us how to think and act? We need to go back in time, honey. You said, Ray says, I trace my family back to 1805. Good for you. And working further back, good for you. My son asked me, Mom, why are you doing this? And I told him, you need to know your DNA. You need to know your DNA. If you know your DNA, you know your puzzle. Your DNA meaning your genealogy puzzle of what your family has done and how long your line, your lineage of existence has contributed for whatever contribution that was. That generation still lives in your bloodline, and you should value that. And Ray says, I'm doing it for my 2 daughters. Good for you. Everybody should do that. Everybody should look at Ancestry.com or 23andMe. You need to realize, you know, what you come from and understand what value you bring to the table. You say, Shirley, I'm not rich. I don't know money. I ain't no celebrity. It's not about that. It's about your worth of understanding who you are and what you bring to the table. So I want to encourage you guys to look at it this way. If we don't build this wall, we're going to have pandemonium. We're going to have plagues growing across this country. We're going to have more and more people identify that this country is under siege right now. We don't have the space. We don't have the land mass to compensate for countries that want to flood into America, flood into California, and that's a problem. Yes, she's very strong. Camilla Harris, want to be Black, wants to really promote the immigration movement. She's not pro-Black. She went to a historical Black university or something like that just to pander to Black pain. So let me talk about pandering to Black pain. And many of you guys don't know what that means. That means that many people will tell you that they're for Black people and tell you all the problems in Black people, but the money goes towards the Latinos. The money goes towards the Asians. The money goes towards some other ethnic group, immigrants, El Salvadorians, Latinos, whoever. But it never gets to the people who that money was supposed to be allocated for. And I'm telling you, my friends, it gets old. It gets old. So we have to realize these people are coming in mass numbers. They're running for office. You have these 2 Muslim women, one married her brother, and this other little Latina girl, she'd be saying all kind of cocoa puff stuff that the Democrats seem to be a little worried about because they were so happy to have her, Cortez. But the interesting about Cortez is a socialist. And a socialist believes that we have to be all inclusive and bring everyone together and pay for everybody. So then my question to you, are you going to be a socialist too? Are you going to continue to focus on socialism? Are you going to be focusing on the fact that we as Americans don't have to pay for everyone because we are capitalists and everyone earns their own right here? Everyone needs to be responsible for who they are and what they need to do to take care of their own family and not look to government. We need limited government. And we need more empowerment among the people like me and you. But when you have people like Cortez, she believes that the government and your tax dollars, should pay for all these people who are unfortunate. Well, it is unfortunate for a lot of us because every level has a sense of unfortunateness to it. What do you mean by that? I'll give you an example. If you look at Queen of England and her children are a different financial level than me and you, right? Or if we look at the guy who might be homeless who ain't got but $2 in his pocket, we're at a different level than he is. See, everyone has a different level, but at that level, we have to say, what can I do with what I have? What difference can I make at where I'm at? And how do we move forward from there? But if you're going to open up the wall, and you're going to just let everybody and their cousin and their uncle and all their diseases, these people do not have immune systems that we do because we have to get shots. Many of us know if you travel, I'm working with Phil and the Advice Show, and we're looking at going to Africa. We have to get shots before we go into those countries because we have to build our immune system to whatever those people have that they don't do over here. That's why when you go over to the third world countries or other countries that don't have the same immune systems here, we have to get shots. That's a form of a wall of protection of health. That's another form of a wall. I don't understand what you're not getting. The southern borders are under siege right now. Now, that's another thing they're not telling you in the media. I want you to take this home with you. There's talk on the street that there's another 15,000 people getting ready to come again to the front of the border, and they're going to press forward to try to rampage the border and flood into the states of San Diego, Arizona, and Texas. And I'm telling you, it is not a good sign. We are in some strange times. And if you are a believer, I would ask you to pray. Pray for this president, pray for this administration, and pray for this country. Ray says, although I am on the East Coast in Philly, perhaps I can help politically. Share this video. Have conversations. Look up where I talked about the poop zone, typhus, hepatitis A, which are these health issues that are coming in. Talk about the fact that people are given more rights, immigrants, illegals, and refugees over homeless African American downtown LA. And talk about how we as people don't speak about ourselves enough. We're so good at speaking up for every other ethnic groups and issues going across the country. We don't want to deal with our own fellow man. I have a problem with that, my brothers and sisters. Unless we wake up, yes, unless we wake up and that we identify that our people need to be prioritized, they're not going to be prioritized because the priority has to start with us. It has to start with us. Let me tell you another thing that's going on in California. Another thing that's going on in California is I told you about the gas rise. Well, they want to do the OP tax another 70 cents. That means right now we're at $3.80, $3.50. They want to add on another 75 cents. And then for those who are property owners in California, this is an act called the Jarvis Act. It goes back to 1976, where if you owned a property in 1976, it stopped there when you purchased it and you weren't able to have your taxes risen from when you originated that tax time frame. Well, they want to go and they want to have people who are in that time frame, they want to tell you that you're going to lose that now. You'd have to pay current tax prices. Well, a lot of those old money people who have those beautiful homes, they're not going to be able to afford their homes. And what's going to happen is that the immigrants, and specifically the Chinese who come here with all this cash, are going to buy up a lot of American homes, and we're going to even be what? More displaced, because their dollar ratio is different than ours, and they're able to, because thank God for President Trump, who has provided more jobs and has raised the value of the American dollar. We're starting to have more value, but still we are an opportunity to be under siege by other countries and bringing their dollar here and taking advantage of what we have. Now, I've told you before, immigrants and illegal immigrants have more of a priority than African American people. And many of them have migrated here and saturated themselves. Listen, pay attention, share this video, put thumbs up. They've saturated themselves into businesses like in the hotel industries. I'm at a hotel right now. I'm getting ready to be speaking and working tomorrow, but I want to tell you, in the hotel industries, the Indians have mastered, and they have all the quality inn, comfort inn suites, sleep in suites. They have just saturated that industry. When you talk about Filipinos, they're all in the nursing industry. When we talk about the Chinese, they have a lot of the commercial buildings, the cleaning industry. When we talk about the Latinos, they've made themselves the worker bees, and they've mimicked, and they started getting their own businesses. But let me tell you what a business is on the rise in California. Salvadorian restaurants, Salvadorian markets. Now, where are the black markets? We don't have any black markets anymore. We don't have any soul food restaurants. We don't have any soul food restaurants. Start counting them. Y'all sleeping at the wheel. Get off your asses and wake up. Where in the hell are the soul food restaurants? Where are the soul food events, that the things that African American people used to do together? We're being pushed out, driven out, and the El Salvadorians in California are being more empowered. The El Salvadorians are being empowered by their markets and their businesses and their schools. These other people come from other countries. They start up their own schools. The Russians have their schools. The El Salvadorians have their schools. But we have very minimum and minuscules of schools. Always says, yep, my parents get a letter from people offering to buy their home, and my parents tell them, she tells them no. They tell them no. Good for them. If you are a property owner, hold your property, because they are trying to push you out. Do not sell your property, and don't take a whole bunch of loans to put yourself in debt. Be careful with that. The best power that you can have is to be a land mass owner of land and property. There's a lot of opportunities for us out there, but we don't share, we don't talk about them. All we do is talk about the failure and the plight of this country, and we need to get over that. Puerto Rican, okay, Puerto Rican, the Dominican Republic, just about to own all the corner stores in Philly in the black neighborhoods. Why is that? How can the Puerto Ricans and the Dominican Republicans? Because they dominate as a number of people there. See, you black people need to start having your own town council meetings. Urban Game Changers, we're out there. We're available. If you need somebody in Philly, we don't have a good Philly person. So if you like to get involved out there, Ray, we need a Ray. I will put some people in your midst to come, and we can start having town hall meetings about these issues. If not, we are on the verge of extinction, my people, and we need to wake up to that. True says you're right about that. The blacks are being pushed out. We're being pushed out. We're being burnt out. In Ball Heights, there was an article about 2 years ago how they were using, how they take cocktail bottles and they light them like, bottles and light them and throw them in people's homes because they were trying to bomb the black people out. They're scaring the older black people out of their properties and forcing them to sell at rock bottom, which is really wrong. Ann says, no, you're pushing out. She says, we're white and we're pushed out. Oh, the whites are being pushed out as well in Colorado. And she's saying, this illegal immigrant has just taken over America. They've just taken over America. This whole illegal immigration issue has become ugly. This whole immigrant issue has become ugly because to me we're one bad version of Epcot. When you have ethnic groups that come here and they dominate in industries, like I told you, these people with the hotels in India, they dominate in that. And then you have the Chinese and you have the Latins, and now the El Salvadorians are coming in and they're trying to dominate in the business industry. They are not about inclusiveness. So when you come and you'll see Koreatown in California, everything is written in Korea. They don't want you to learn their language. Now you watch that person who said about them coming to Philly. Let me make it clear to you. They're going to start taking the stuff out of English. That's what they did here. In California, they have certain sections of the city that is nothing but their language. If it's from Thailand, if it's from Armenia, they'll have all Armenian lettering and wording on the wall and nothing in English. They're not inclusiveness. They don't believe in inclusiveness. They don't believe in diversification. They don't assimilate. They don't associate. They segregate themselves purposely. And we allow them to do that. We allow them to do that in business. We allow them to do that in real estate. And we allow them to do that in the social genres that we live in. You walk every day, those people will be speaking their language, and you'll stand right next to them, and you don't know what the hell they're saying. You don't know if they're even talking about you. This is why you need the wall. The wall gives some form of protection and correction, and also gives a place of opportunity for us to basically evaluate your worthiness to come to this country. We have to value our goods and service. We need to value our household. We need to value the premise of liberty and justice and the Constitution. But if we don't value it, and someone else takes that value and they manipulate it and they abuse it, what does that do for us? What does that make us become? Displaced, homeless? What does that make us become? Mentally unstable? What does that make us come? That make us become people who are shooting heroin in the streets. We're subject to fleas popping off on you, typhus fleas that carry plague bugs that could plague this country to further move the plight of what I told you. They're going to have people who are going to have quarantine cities, quarantine areas of the state. It's coming. It's coming. I always said buy land and grow food. Amen to that. You need to buy you a piece of property in the South, because California has no margins left, honey. It's too expensive. So find somewhere where you can get you some land. Find you somewhere where you can get some kind of property. Now, I said this in one of my other videos too. I want you to realize if you don't have a lot of money and that you realize that you need to sit down and talk to your family member, consolidate. Consolidate your assets with your family member. Talk about what I'm talking about in this video. What do we bring to the table as a family together? If you would have some friends on YouTube, and I would say, what do we all bring together? There's someone you can work with. Is there anybody out there, listen to me, that's watching this video? Thank you for the thumbs up and for sharing. Is there anybody that you can work with that got common sense? Because God knows there's enough cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and everybody wants to be the queen bee. It ain't about being number one. It's about right now preservation for us, okay? So is there anybody out there that can talk to me and tell me, is there someone in your family, in your life, you can sit down and say, if I were to commoditize, pull some things together, to embetter my life in yours, what can we do? What can I do to embetter your life right now? If anyone has show, what can I do to embetter your life? And everybody say, oh, I need money. Everybody need money. Tell me something outside of money, something that can provide a safe, a mental, a physical, a spiritual, something that you can say, this will help me make it next month, next year. This is part of my platform for 2019. I heard that Vaughn says, get out of California. Hit the like button for Shirley. I like that one. Hey. Yes, hit the like button and share. You know, I'm not always pushing my numbers like everybody else because I got so much on my table, but thank you so much. I love y'all so much. But seriously, I agree. California might have to get out. I gotta get out. I'm in Texas right now speaking, but when I always speak as if I'm in California, but right now I am physically in Texas. Mentally, I go back and forth. I'm always in both states because I am in California and I live in California. But I would say you could have an opportunity to be bi-coastal. You're not stuck in your state. Now you say, I've never flown anywhere. I've never gotten on the bus. Get your ass out of that house and out of that state and out of your community and go visit something else. Go on Megabus. Get on Bolt Bus. Y'all ever been on Megabus? Look up Megabus and just go travel to another part of the city, a part of your state. But find some kind of other solution of the lifestyle you're living, because I'm telling you, they want to play with your mind and they want to take over your community and your life. And you need to find out, maybe you need to move to where you can find some consolidation of people who have the same ideology and viewpoints. Races, unfortunately, no. My family members are not progressive. They are not progressive minded. But I'm going on my own investments. Okay. And I said for me and my daughter. Okay, so Ray, this is my advice to you. Get a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Start looking up Kiyosaki. He talks about commodities and trades, but mostly you need to think about how many lines of cash revenue do you have coming in while you're sleeping, because we could be on another verge of a financial collapse right now. Seriously. Because if you're going to flood so many people in, we're not winning either way right now. The wall's not up. We're not safe. If the wall doesn't ever go up, the worst case scenario is these people are going to come over here and they're going to snatch all our goods and service and demand all the rights and all the benefits. And these liberal progressives are going to be like little puppies and say, yes, just give it to them, give it to them. And they're going to say, oh, you black people, you don't need it. We need to help somebody else. Because they've got us pivoting in our tonality. They have us pivoting in our dialect in our own community towards other people. I don't understand black people who are in the black community who don't speak for blacks, but speak for other people. Watch the mindset, people. Watch the mindset of people who talk to you, who tell you things. You need to slow your roll and just get quiet. Maybe 2019 might be the year you just get quiet and you start evaluating into more depth of what someone's saying versus saying I agree or disagree. And that includes me. You may not agree with me, but you know what? Do your own damn homework. You may learn something. I'm in Texas, and socialism, state of Illinois freedom. Hey man, good for you, Vaughn. Staying around with like-minded people. Yes, I love that one. So true. Was it Lydia Arca? I'm really bad at reading names sometimes, but anyway, yeah, like-minded people. Find kindred spirits. You know what a kindred spirit is? It's someone that's like you, someone that has aspirations and that is a producer. Now, there's a scary part about that, though. The negative is you'll get people who are like-minded like you, but they don't want to work. They want to give you dictatorship and direction. Be conscious of those people, because you need to say, what have you produced? You need to be around like-minded, producing people that are productive in their life with something to bring to the table. Don't hang around broke Negroes. They don't add no value, but they good at giving their opinion. Good, this is what you need to do. You need to do boo, 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 boo. And I'd be like, boo, boo, what you do? What you do that you gonna tell me what I need to be doing? Good, you need to do. But they don't have nothing going for themselves. So sometimes you just sit back and say, okay, this girl, I'm gonna pray for her. And she think I'm gonna follow her directions, and she can't even follow her own. Be conscious of that. So she might be like-minded. She may be a kindred spirit and agreeing with you in what you want to go for, but that bitch don't even want to work. Please. Next. Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. You know. Anyway, too many TikToks on that table. Next. Sad that LAUSD may go on strike. Well, if they go on strike, they go on strike. Everybody's mad right now. We're at war. We are at war always, and if we don't speak up, it's somebody got to take a stand. Somebody's got to. That's what I said. You got to hustle your corns. You got to consolidate. You got to get ready. Get ready for Armageddon, because neither one of these sides are bending, and the medias are too busy. All these stations, CNN, MSNBC, including Fox, all of them cracking jokes and showing each other, talking about each other, and nothing with substance. Turn that madness off and turn me on and other people who are on in the community hearing what the people's needs are. You know, people, and that's okay, says, are the whites that hate whites, la la. Oh my God. I'm going to say something about that. Hold on. Ain't no water nearby. Okay. Whites that hate whites. Someone help me out when you hear these white women say, I hate white men. Now, you're a white woman. Your daddy gave birth to you, and your daddy white, and you hate white men. What that mean? What is all that about, white women? Someone tell me, what is all that about with these white people that talk about white people that were born from white people? That's some oxymorons going on right there. When you hear people talk like that, slowly tip out the room. Do that sign. You know how them old church people, they walk out backwards like that. Take your finger like that and walk away from them. Yeah, white people that hate white people. Something wrong with them people. They got issues. Over 50% of the immigrants who've been here for 20 years plus, and some on welfare. Vaughn, what about the people who are on this expired visas for 40 years? You've been on an expired visa and your ass ain't even done the right thing to get your visa reinstated or to go back to where you came from, because you ain't supposed to be here anymore. But see, those people get away with stuff, but the brother down the street can't sell no incense. What the hell is that about? Jules says some black people have a much more self-hate for themselves than they are. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I don't know why we hate each other so much or hate our own self so much. It's like they look in the mirror and they say, oh, I'm not that, I'm this. They're delusional. Again, that's that mentalness. But it's also the role models that we've allowed to be played in our lives, in our children's lives, and in our friends' lives. If we as African Americans don't try to say, look, here's some other great role models that you can look at. You know, there's a lot of great successful blacks who are doing quite well in this country, and organizations that are doing well right now. Black financial institution. Look up RJL Trust Company. They're a financial institute that manage money for black people to help black people own hotels, markets. Look up Urban Business Institute. Type that right now, or write that down. Urban Business Institute. They're giving out money to help African Americans who want to start beauty supply stores. They've already opened up 120 black beauty supply stores. The hair industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I shared with you earlier how other cultures of people have monopolized in businesses like the hotels and stuff. I believe our plight is with ourselves by loving ourselves and getting more into the hair industry. But the Koreans have made a billion-dollar industry off of us. They have magazines and pictures and information about us, and our faces are in there, our models are in there, and the language is all in Korean. That's just another form of pimping and slavery. I tell you, it's a hot mess, and we need to do something about that. Who else? Somebody said you should be my wife. I'm sorry, Tim. Thank you so much. Let's see. Vaughn says teacher unions are running back to socialism. Oh yeah, teachers unions are promoting hatred in school towards its president. Now look, I have never liked every president in the United States, but I never was taught to speak bad of the chief and commander of the country I live in. This man is the one that is flying your plane. He is controlling your ship. And you're instead of and telling them to pray and speak well or just try to have an understanding. No, it's just like Campbell said, all these folks is just brainwashed. Thank you, Tim, for the $5. Tim gave me some money. Tim gave me some money. Hey, baby. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. The schools, like I told you again, half English, half Spanish. They probably tell the American kid, look, these kids don't have as much, so I have to give them more time in school and not for you. And how do you think your child feels? What if you have children who won't go back home and tell their parents what's going on? What's going on? Where are the black parents not saying something against this? It's just amazing to me. Carmeran, I love you too. And Boss says, I'm white and I love you. God bless white people. So it's time. It's about time that we wake up and stop being foolish with what we're seeing out there. There's a lot of foolishness regarding this wall. This is not going to be over with yet, my people. It is still going to continue on. Trump is not going to give up until he gets that wall. That was what he campaigns on. You said, Mr. Trump, you're going to put the wall up. And you waited 2 years when you had the House and you had the Senate. You had it all. You had both sides. And you let them do what they wanted, and then you came in second place. Now you're at war. And I'm backing you. I support you. But you really waited late on this one. So we got to see what the outcome of this one is going to be. You know me, my mother, and others of Suzanne Moore, Live, Live, Feed. Okay? Oh, okay. Kick off and permanently. All right. Build that wall. Tell Trump. You know, we are telling Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump and the White House and the administration, they are really, thank you, Ray, for the $5. The White House administration really, really wants us to get the message out there for us to realize the importance of this wall. But let's set the wall aside. Let's talk about us behind the wall and how we've been affected, because that's what this message that I have on this video for you to share and to watch again and give thumbs up about. It's the safety for us. It's the sanity for us. It's the health issues for us. It's the jobs that we're losing. It's the opportunity for your children and your grandchildren that are being taken away. The scholarships that are not for us, that we're not getting any of this anymore. Because we are competing with people who came out of nothing and nowhere, and they're basically mimicking you. They're learning your talents. They're stealing your skills, and they're like, I call it the body snatchers. I told you earlier, last couple of months ago, where you have people like, let's say it's Karen's Kitchen. Everybody loves Karen's Kitchen. I'm giving you a hypothetical. Everybody loves Karen's Kitchen. She's got the best breakfasts and biscuits and gravies you ever want to get to. Well, Karen was getting old, and she wanted to pass it on to her daughter, but she got the pressure that the community was changing. It was becoming more Latino or El Salvadorian, and the El Salvadorian says, I work really hard for you. Sell it to me, sell it to me. And her daughter says, I don't want to be around these people. So a legacy of Karen's Kitchen now, it's still Karen's Kitchen, but Karen ain't in the kitchen no more. Who's in the kitchen is Maria and all these other folks in there. And Karen's recipes have been altered with tamales, burritos, and rice. It's been altered with salsa and guacamole and whatever. It's been altered. Her recipes of good American Southern, good American down-home food has been altered. And it's been altered because we are being pushed out and they are being integrated in. It's like the body snatchers. They have taken your skill set, they have taken your ideas, and then now your voice is being suppressed. You said Uncle Tom's voice. Yeah, that. Those who might not know Uncle Tom's voice, yeah, they may want to look into that and see how things of the past can do full circle in today. California Chinese food and all prepared by Mexican cooks. That's so true. The Latinos food is, the Latinos are cooking the Asian food. The Latinos cook the Italian food. The Latinos cook the Chinese, the soul food. There's a soul food restaurant owned by Latinos on Crenshaw. And the black people will tell you, don't go there. And the Mexicans own that. You go to D.C., the Chinese own a soul food restaurant cooked by Latinos and purchased by black people. That's some oxymoron madness right there. You know why? Because we're consumers. We're not producers. If we're going to still stay in a consumption mindset, then we're never going to grow as a people. And don't continue talking about the government's going to take care of me. The government don't give a rat's ass about you. You can obviously see that right now. And people say, well, if he don't get his wall, nobody going to get that check. So you just keep talking about your check instead of saying, how can I develop wealth when you have access to a thing called the World Wide Web, when you have access to doing online business and live wherever you are, and your wealth and your opportunity is worldwide, you don't take advantage of that. You waiting on a state and local and federal check when you don't have to do that anymore. You should start thinking in a global response to opportunity through the World Wide Web. If you want to be a business person or a person that really can take advantage of the opportunities, the economics that are there. We need to think of things of supporting each other. We need to consolidate. We need to find a friend. I want you to make a mindset with me right now. I really want you to go tomorrow and find a good family member or a friend that you put in your top 5. Give me 5 normal people, not drama. Not the drama, not the overly Jesus people, but someone that you know really understands money, wealth, and opportunity. Find someone that understands cash flow, and find someone that is not just talking about it, but has had accomplishments and failures. Because sometimes you get people and they think they know everything and ain't got nothing going on. Ain't even got the chicken dinner. Jesus, take the wheel, okay? So I want you to find you at least 5 people. And if you say, Shirley, I don't got 5 people. Well, damn, do you got 2? Can you find you 2 good Negroes? Can you find 2? But if you can find these people and you together can collaborate on putting your mind together to deal with all the lack of. Because some of your friends might be, like I've got friends right now, they work for the government. They are getting a check. And they support building the wall. They know that they are not going to get the check, and yet they know we need that wall in California. So if you're going to watch me or whoever you do on these YouTube, it's great. But what good is that if it's not taking you to the next level? I want to see you get to the next level. And the way you get to the next level is slowing your rolls. Silence is power. But identify that the liberal progressive and the Democrats believe there's no profit in the cure. So by keeping chaos going in this country, it keeps people upset, it keeps people in need, and it keeps them being able to manipulate and misconstrue money that should be getting to you in other ways to build your life and your business, but instead it's making you dependent upon the system that keeps you impoverished. Think about that one. You think about that one, because what? There's no profit in the cure. If we start having solutions, people will be empowered to selfish. They'll be self-empowered. And they don't want that. They don't want you to be a capitalist. They don't want you to succeed. Trust me, they don't. Because if they did, why are we not priority and the other people that come into this country are? Why aren't we priority in how refugees and immigrants, and they are? And why is it that you have the audacity to go every day and continue to criticize Mr. Trump, but yet you step over your fellow man, you step over your brothers and sisters who are on the street who are homeless and say, well, sure, I gave them $5. $5, what good is that? If you gave them $100, what good is that? You got to do more than give money, my people. You got to come up with legislation. You need to come up with bylaws. You need to be protesting. You need to ask for, we need to have better shelters for us first. Let's fix ourselves first. Put the damn oxygen mask on yourself. When you get on an airplane, it don't tell you to reach across the aisle and help everybody put the mask on their face. It says self-preservation. Self-preservation. But we've got into self-masturbation. That's what we're doing. Having sex with ourselves, sitting around, having a good time, not realizing we're what good is mess? You cannot reproduce that way. You can't reproduce that way. Self-preservation first, to identify I need to take care of myself first. So then as I'm a priority, I can prioritize other things in my life. But I'm telling you, we're living in a country now, as the African American community is about to embark on, we are now 400 years in this country, and yet we are still a commoditized item in this country. What does that tell you? And whose fault is that? It's because we do not consolidate and have conversations like this online, and that we don't talk to each other. You know, Truth says, I am new, but I look forward to your stream. Thank you so much, and you're encouraging. Thank you for your wisdom so much. You know, Truth, watch some of my past videos. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. I do a lot of Facebooking, probably more than I do on YouTube, but I love my YouTube family. I really do. I have more fun watching a lot of my YouTubers that I enjoy so much, and I'm become more of a fan of watching than doing them, but I know a lot of people like when I do them as well. Let me say this to you, self-preservation first, because by doing that, you have clarity. You should wake up every day saying, forget the news. I'm going to turn the news off. I'm going to turn the radio off. I'm going to come together with my own mind and stop listening to all these damn TikTok liberals and TikTok conservatives and overly religious people. And I'm a Christian. You know, I love the Lord, and I believe in God's word, but I believe that God has given us all the spirit of discernment, that many of us don't operate in discernment. We operate under emotions. We operate under questioning and hatred, and I'm just so angry and bitter. How can you be used as a vessel from God with all that filth in your spirit and in your heart? Let God be able to use you and not be used, because you right now are being used. We're being used because we've allowed these walls that are not been maintained over the many administrations from the past to be broken, and to allow impoverished people to come into your country, take over businesses that you should have had the right to own first, homes that you should have been able to keep that are being pushed out by people who are being given loans and privileges. Do you know that Wells Fargo went through a lawsuit because they gave the illegal immigrants homes and money, and they had to pay back on that? So you know what they did? In 2017, they gave $125 billion to the Hispanic community. So when people say, oh, but what about the Hispanics? Now look, they gave $125 billion to the Hispanic community. What did you get out of that? What did you get out of that, my brothers and my sisters? Even white people who watch me. What you get out of that? You didn't get a dime. It said Hispanic community. The Hispanics are getting that money. That's why they got all the new cars. You drive in LA, Toyota and Hondas have specials for people of those countries. El Salvadorians, Guadalajarans. They are getting a leg up on a car and a house, and you can't even get a job. Now, you don't think we want that wall built? If you're a black American and you don't support the wall, knock that nigga in the head and make him wake up. Shit. Tired of these ignorant ass people who don't understand the purpose of safety and sanity for their own people. There's some ignorant fools out there, and I'm just done with them. Soul says, I think we need to leave religion and we need to speak for each other. You know, we talk about religion, but let's say this. We are in a spiritual warfare, and that's why I mentioned God and praying, because for those who may not believe this, we're at war spiritually right now. The devil's laughing at Christians. The devil is loving all this chaos. But God says that I will not leave you nor forsake you. I will not ever forget that I am always going to be with you. So you got to remember that even though you guys can say, I'm not a religious or a spiritual person, you need to get quiet in your spirit and your mind, and God will give you that discernment. Hey, Pam. Pam came in. How you doing? God will give you that spirit of discernment. And you won't have that spirit of discernment unless you get quiet and you talk to God and you talk to Jesus, because you need God in your life, honey, if you don't have him. And for those who don't know God, honey, you got to have the Lord in these times, because you could go cuckoo like Coco Pop and be shooting heroin in your arms in San Francisco. They got a lot of people, open heroin shooters are shooting, hi baby, are shooting, people are shooting up in their arms. Those people have children, they had jobs, they had spouses at one time, but they can't handle the stress of being pushed out. They can't handle the stress of they can't keep their jobs. They're taking your jobs. They're taking your house. They're taking your resources, your utilities. They're taking them. And all they want you to do is be a commoditized. They want you to buy from them, buy from their hot dogs and their stolen goods. They want you to buy from them so they can become wealthier and you can still stay on the poverty list. This is not good. Soul says, I agree with you on a lot of things of what you're saying, but you lost me with that God talk. You know what? I understand. And it's okay. I mean, so there's going to be times where you may agree, or 80, 70, 95, or 100% of the time with me. What I want you to realize, for me, and I'm sharing from my heart honestly, I pray for my people, and I love my people. And even, I know God has been so manipulated within the black church, and a lot of these poverty pimps. I didn't talk about them Jesus people too, honey. Don't get it twisted, and I'm a Christian. But the poverty pimps always talking about buying stuff. They don't help baby Christians or people who may not have an understanding of God. Those kind of men of God, God's going to hold them accountable, because it has caused confusion within the body of Christ or within the church. And that's the problem. So sometimes you might have heard about the poverty pimps. I call them poverty pimps, where they always asking for money and telling you if you pray you can get all this stuff. Don't listen to them, because God is not about stuff. God is not only about stuff. He wants you to be loved. He wants you to be safe. He wants you to be sound. He wants you to be clothed and fed. Okay? So that's the God I'm speaking of, my Jehovah, and as a Christian. But I know there are Christians out there who have manipulated that power, and it's just a hot mess. You know, I don't believe in any of that. I understand that. That's fine. But I'm telling you, for me to live in these times, I need a spiritual intervention. I believe in a higher power that needs to come, because it's at a point now, you know, this is way beyond my pay grade. You know, it's way beyond my pay grade. There's nothing more we can do. I don't have the money to build a wall. I don't have the money to get out there, and I'm not on Loringham's show and all these other shows all the time. I get on once in a while, but you know, I don't have a Roland Martin. Well, Roland ain't got no show anymore. He on YouTube giving. He trying to compete with some of the best YouTubers. Roland, go home and roll over. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But you know what I mean? People who have these big platforms, like him and Tavis Smiley had at one time. They had these black people had these big old platforms. Look at the black people now. Some of your top black speakers ain't even got platforms anymore, because they got pushed out from buffoonery, acting buffoonish, thinking that they were the HINC, and now they the Negroes when they ain't got nothing. You're rolling in the nuts. Yeah, get those Rolo nuts out, because he's definitely rolling in the nuts. Via Twitter, multiple Democrats, they are openly supporting and pushing. Oh yeah, they're pushing this open border thing. They're pushing black people. This could come back to you. You've got to help these people. This could come back to you. How could this come back to me when I've been here 400 years? How can you compare my people who have been here for 400 years, to some fucking immigrant who comes over here who's stealing and laughing and killing police officers in California. How are you going to compare me to a thug? How are you going to compare me to a thug Democrat? You got your damn nerves. Stop comparing my people to that. My people built this country. My people designed the White House. My people took peanuts and did things with them to design hair products and airplanes. My people were creators and developers and contributors to this country. This country was built on the backs of my people, and you want to compare it to thug life. And the thugs, the losers who can't deal with the pressures of the failure of their communities and the failures of their countrymen. All those people are losers, like Mr. Trump said, because if they were winners, they would cause a revolution in their own country. But instead of causing the revolution in their own country, they'd rather come here and take all the commodities of the revolution that we went through and give them the benefits. Oh no, my brothers and sisters, it is time that you wake up and realize that those people don't have the rights nor the same benefits that you have unless you allow them to have it. And that is what we are doing. So stop the buffoonery. Think of what I said, commoditize, commoditize. Sit back and find you 5 to 4 good friends. Get you some good books. Like I told you, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How to Find the Cheese, or Where's the Cheese? I think that's another one out there. I'll start listing some books I think you guys should read. Because and videos. Just watch the video. If you go, I don't really want to read the book. Watch the videos. Start understanding wealth. Start understanding commoditize. Start understanding how to work with what you got. You don't need $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You might take $2 a day and save it. $2 a day and save it, because you never know what opportunities might come up. And go online and start looking outside your state. If you live in California like I do, them houses are too damn high. There's some nice houses in the South for $40,000, $20,000, $50,000. There's some nice houses in the Midwest, very cheap. Your mortgage payment could be $400, $200 a month. Hell, you can hustle that much on an online business. You can hustle that much. Some of y'all ain't got no hustle. You ain't got no game. You expect somebody to do and give you and always be there for you. F that, man. Get off your ass and create something for yourself and your wife and your husband and your kids. And stop being suppressed by media and other people telling you what you can and what you can't do. Because if you got that mindset, that tick, tick, tick right there, you ain't got your tick, tick right shit. You got a problem. You got the problem. You're going to be the one shooting heroin. You're going to be the one on a mental illness. You're going to be the one next week who are going to be homeless on the street. You might be living at a hotel watching me right now. Right now. You one leg up from the guy who's homeless out there cold on the street. You doing better than him. Now you need to think the next day, how can I get that hotel again? How can I get back into another shelter? How can I get to my own place? How can I get my kids back? You need to have some kind of hope, because I tell you, it's going to come a time. Now, I'm going to go back. Soul may not like this, but Soul, if you look at the Bible from a book as a good novel, okay, forget the spiritual and the religious part of it. Come from a novel. I'm going to tell you a parable. There's a parable of a story of a man. He was the king, and he prepared the town, and he told them, this is a story in the Bible. He told the town, there's a king coming. I'm coming. I need you guys to get prepared. And I need you to be ready, because when I come, I'm going to bring so much riches and opportunity, but where you're living now will no longer be able to do anything. You're going to have to be ready to go. So you need to have enough oil in your lamp. You need to have enough oil in your lamp, okay? So eventually it came nightfall. The town crier ran through the town and said, the king is coming. The king is coming. And all the maidens who were ready for the king got their oil, and they started to commence to follow after the king. You needed the oil to light with fire so that you could see the path towards righteousness, the path towards what is right in your life. Now, there are many other people who were lackadaisical. They didn't want to do nothing. I ain't doing that. I ain't getting no oil in my lamp. Joanne got some oil. I can go to her house and get some fried chicken and fry me some oil anytime. But guess what? Joanne says, no, boo-boo. I told your ass, bitch, to go down to the corner store, and that Leroy Brown had that extra bottle of oil. He had some on sale last Tuesday, and you didn't get your oil, and you got your nerves to come and knock on my door. I'm gone. Well, girl, let me just hang out with you. So now she's frantic. She's running around. All the oil lamp shops are boarded up. You can't even go steal no oil. Ain't no oil to be found. Now the panicked people are in the dark. The people with the oil and the lamp are following towards righteousness and opportunity. Knock, knock on the door. All the people with righteousness and opportunity with the lamps are inside. They're having a good time. The king is celebrating the wedding, this commencement, this big party. He's like, whoa, we're getting on. But there's a knock, knock at the door. He says, who's out there? He said, hey, king, how you doing, dog? You know me. I'm Joanne's cousin from Leroy Brown's uncle's best friend, Joe. Yeah. Honey, put the lamp up to your face. Oh no. Bro, I ain't got no oil. You don't have no oil? No. He says, I don't know you. She go, what? He said, I don't know you. You were not prepared. He closed the door. They kept on partying. Who knows what happened to them people with no oil? They ran on the fumes to get to the party. You said, well, sure, how did they get there? Well, they ran on fumes. Some of y'all are living your life on fumes right now. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Learn and you listen and you get something out of this. Thank you for all those who gave me money and the thumbs up. I appreciate it, and for sharing this video. I'm going to end it on this note. You need to identify a couple of things. Don't live your life on no fumes. Because, see, there's times where you're going to be in the black, the gray, or the white. The white is the light and opportunities of hopes and things before you. The black is done. It's finished. It's accomplished. It's over with. When you have family members, both of my parents have passed on. They were phenomenal for me. They taught me so much. They're not coming back. They're not on this earth, in this time, in this place. They're done. That's in the black. My brother's dead. My sister's dead. That's in the black. Some of the grays you might have in your life are relationships where you had a good or a bad difference. You're going to always have possibly a gray in there. There's always going to be some kind of gray that bothers you. Sometimes you need to settle the gray in your life. Either make it a black or bring it to the light and move through it to get forward in your life. Whatever you want to do, get it resolved now, because tomorrow is not getting better. We have to have a safe community. We have to have a wall, and you need to be prepared with the lamp and the oil in your life and the friends that are going to add value. Find the value, find the add, and you can move forward. Who else I can say? Soul, thank you, Say, for a good video. Thank you, Pam. Thank you guys for sharing and liking. Thumbs up. Make sure that you alert yourself when I come on, because God knows when I come on. So make sure that you alert yourself. Pam says, la la, she loves that story. Thank you so much. You know, I just want to continue to preach the truth. I want to share my heart of how I feel about this subject matter. But I'm by myself. If my own people don't wake up, what good is it? I'm passing my pearls before the swine, and the swine don't even appreciate it. But I believe you guys are good people. I believe you're good soil. I believe you have good nutrition about you, that you take the time to hear me run my mouth and share my heart. But I want to see you do better, because it ain't about me. It's about you identifying, where am I in the plight of all this? Instead of being anti-Trump or pro-Trump or anti-Democrat or pro-Democrat, what the hell is going to happen in your life? And if you can figure that out, and your contribution, then God will open your eyes and open your mind to provide clarity on the subject matter. Pray for this administration. Pray for the president. Pray for Trump. Pray for me. Pray for yourself. Self-preservation. Self-preservation. Get your health together. Eat better. Eat better this year. Eat more raw fruits and vegetables. Stop worrying about everybody else. Put them people aside. The cuckoo for cocoa. Stay away from the TikTok. The tick people, stay the hell away from them. Pray. Pray for yourself. You say, I'm not a prayer. I'm not a Christian. I don't want to hear about your Christianity. Then talk to yourself like some cuckoo person with good words. Say good words of affirmation. Good words of affirmations. Okay? Shirley, you're like popcorn. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Nina. You know, say good words of affirmation. Hell, ain't nobody gonna say nothing good to you. There's always those good, girl, you know what you need to do. You need a new wig. You need a new weave. You need a new man. You need to get some new lipstick. Ooh, what's going on with your weight? Oh, hell no. Get that bitch away. You got to get away from that bitch. She crazy. Get away from that Negro. That kind of man that's going to downsize you. I said, oh, no, no. Them kind of brothers, I always say, look, that brother be trying to talk to you. Oh, girl, I ain't got that big ass stomach. I said, oh, no, gold tooth, feather weathered, double breasted, polyester brother. Oh, no, come on now. Come on now. See them kind of people? Get them out of your life. Get them out of your life. They don't add value. You can take yourself to the next level, even in all this chaos. God will provide a window and opportunity, and you don't know it's been always there. You're just not looking the right way. Look a different way at life. Look at a different way at your situation, and things will get better. Make sure you share this video on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Get the likes up. Tell me in the comments, my last thing to you, tell me in the comments, what would you like me to talk more about? Tell me in the comments questions that you say, Shirley, I have a question about such and such. If I don't answer the comment, I'll try to do it in some of my videos in the future. But tell me in the comments what you want. And tell me if you're in a situation where you say, you know what, I just don't see a light or a way out of it. Let's talk about it, because there'll be other people like Pam, and I have a lot of good people that follow me that come on later on. Michael comes on later on. There's a lot of good people that follow me in my feed, and they give good comment. T. West, please follow him. Willie Larson, Phil from the Advice Show, Dr. Mumbai, please follow their shows. They have amazing shows. I love them. I think they're wonderful. They add a lot of value. Dinus, The Search for Yuri, please follow their shows. Even though I have difference with Yvette Cornell on financing, she's brilliant. I'm telling you, she's really a smart woman. I love her. She's great. She has a lot to the table. Please follow. She said, oh, no, not Phil. Look, you already said, I already told you, they're going to be about 75 to 80% of the stuff I say you may like, and the other 20, 30, you might say, I don't agree with that one. Well, you might feel that way about Phil, but Phil still provides a lot of good things to the table, and I personally love Phil Scott. I think he brings a lot to the table, and we need to be able to have those conversations in the black community. Kiki Green, oh my God, if I can't eat and love and squeeze Kiki Green anymore. Trio Logic, please follow these people. They're all different, and they're all different personalities, yes. And we all have our own quirks and dynamics in different ways, yes. But can you learn something from all those people I said? Absolutely. You can learn something from their show, and you can grow from them. But mostly, you can grow from knowing who you are first. Self-preservation. Understand that. And if you can do that, then you can also help your fellow man. But if you're going to focus on immigration, illegal immigration, migration, and refugees, and what about these people, what about their kids, you are basically disavowing yourself. Listen to your dialect. Listen to the words that come out of your mouth. Sometimes you need to watch your mouth. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. Watch what you're saying, because you're speaking death to your own people. You're speaking death to your own people by putting another ethnic group above wherever you are. And people say, but white supremacists, what about white supremacists? White supremacists should be afraid, because they are also on the verge of extinction. Because see, white people don't have kids either. Remember, every being, every ethnic group feels that they're the superior beings. Blacks feel they're superiors, whites feel they're superiors, Asians feel they're superior. And if you're on here, you say, oh, I don't feel that way. Don't worry, somebody in your ethnic group does. Every group feels that they are the superior being. And right now, the American colonist, I don't want to go down another rabbit hole because I'm trying to end this video. I just want to leave you on this note. America was not built for black people. America was built on the backs of black people. We were brought here as commodity and trades and goods and service to servitude towards white people. They transferred us like deeds of property. If I had a child and I was with Mr. Brown and he was my master, my children are Brown's properties. My son is not even my own property. He's Mr. Brown. That's how we were brought into this country and how we were used. We were brought as commodities, goods, and trades. We weren't brought here as immigrants or illegal. Oh, we're all immigrants. No, we're not all immigrants. They brought us here as trades and goods and service. So why do white people feel threatened? Because the Constitution, let's just set the facts. The Constitution was written by white conquistadors, white people who fled from England and came here and said, oh, we wanted to create the melting pot. Yeah, they wanted to melt themselves, the Irish, all those people, okay? All those people, all those English people. Those people. And I say those people because they're mine too. Why? I had my DNA done, and I'm 88.3% Irish and British. And I have Asian in me too. Can you see it? I'm not trying to tell a joke. It's really true. But I am 90.3% African, 30% Nigerian and Congo. And I can break down the other African diasporas of me because I know what I am. That's why I tell you, know your DNA, know your genealogy. But understand that this country, of how it's feeling right now, is going back to its origin. And its origin has said, we're losing. We're losing because of all the immigrants coming over here. But there's people who are of that origin said, we don't care because we are of that origin. Keep in mind, Kamala Harris is an immigrant. God knows what Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom's agenda is. They want to be of the supreme capitalist platform by being able to manipulate government's money and to create earmarks of skimming more money for themselves personally. That's what a lot of these politicians have done over the decades. So when you talk about white people and white empowerment and black empowerment, you have to understand how legislation and laws were written. That's why when President Trump stated the 14th Amendment of the Birth of Rights were written for black people, he was telling the truth. He was not lying. It was not written for all these people to come here and drop and stop and drop. Stop and open your legs and have some damn baby and call it an American citizen. And say, well, those are birth of rights. The birth of rights were not created for them. They were created for us because we were not considered human. They didn't consider us as human. We were cattle. We were Choctaw. We were slaves. Do you understand that? You ain't nothing but a horse, nigga. You ain't nothing but a goat. You worth less than my shoe, nigga. That's all you are. That's why you kissing my shoe. That's why you holding my pee. That's why you on the ground bent over so I can step out of bed. That's why your little kids up there fanning in the sky, keeping the house cool down, while your little 3-year-old, 4-year-old child up there waving a fan while the white people dance on the bottom floor. See, that's how you were used and thought upon. But y'all don't want to revert back to that history. See, all them people, they went through all that shame and all that blame and all that gain so that you could come out of all that seed. All that seed for those who are a descendant of slaves. You are children of those descendants. You're failing your descendant right now by giving away the goods and the suffrage that they went through so that you could be here to an impoverished person who does not even value the contribution, what it took to make this country the way it is. Now, come on now. Come on now. Somebody's got to be listening to me. Somebody's got to be listening to me now. Are you listening to me, boy? Can you hear me talking to you, boy? Are you just so guarded all up into yourself, boy? Can you hear me talking to you? Trying to make some damn sense to you, Negro? Can you hear me? Come on now. Come on now. We need to wake up. Because after a while, if we're going to be used as commodity, then we need to learn how to commoditize. Hell, they used us as commodity. Why are we commoditizing? No, we just continue to be consumers of goods and service. I got this, I got that. I got some new hair, girl. I got my new wrap on. You see my new blouse, girl. I got a new bra. Come on, shit. Get your ass together. Is that all you are worth or consuming? No, you are more than that. But if you don't think of yourself as that, what do you bring to the table? What values and assets do you bring in your life and to your family? Because they probably tired of your broke ass, don't got nothing going on, talking shit anyway person. They tired of you. You ought to be tired of yourself. Think about what you say out of your mouth. Think about what you let go into your head. Watch some of these shows. I watch some of these YouTube channels. I ain't gonna mention no names. But all y'all do is talk about dick and pussy and black men and black women and da-da-da-da and black. What about money? Hell, I got to live. Fuck. Y'all know y'all like to fuck. Come on, tell R. Kelly, R. Kelly. Everybody know R. Kelly's a freak peeing on women. Come on now. Well, after the nigga done peed on the girl, that was it for me. I said, oh shit, whatever spirit he got on him, I don't want it. Okay, okay. Once the pee job was done, I was like, oh, he peed on the girl at the end of the video. You should see. I don't want to see that shit. What's wrong with you niggas? Come on now. Oh, and then the parents gave the kid. I'm so done. How does that move you forward in life? Someone tell me. How does that move you forward in life? And you two worried about the pee man, the man that pees on kids and gets away with it. What does that do? That does not move you forward. What you need to do is wake up to your own issue and your own situation, and you need to commoditize and find some value and virtue in this. But be forewarned that if you don't wake up and these people come over in this wall, not only will you be plagued and taken over, you too a year from now could be one of these people homeless on the streets saying, I remember that lady on the video told me I could be this person, and now I am. I could be one of those people. Oh, I'm above that. Nigga, you one paycheck away from 2 Pop-Tarts. You one check away from just buying 2 Pop-Tarts. Okay? And you gonna tell me you better than the person that you just stepped over and gave $5 to. Let's just keep that real, okay? Let's just keep that 100. There's just certain things. We ain't got that kind of money, doggone it. You need, that's why we got to press these Democrats and these liberal progressives to give up some money and say, stop funding them damn fools. Them people coming in, well, I got a baby. Bitch, keep your legs closed. I'm sick of all the baby died, the baby lived. Who takes their children out of the house with no coats and no shoes and march them 10,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles and then say, take the baby, take it, and be responsible for it? Why do I want your responsibility? Hell, I'm doing good to take care of my own. Take care of my own, meaning myself. Self-preservation. Doggone it. It makes me so mad. It just pisses me off. I be trying to get going, but you know, y'all get heated. I just get so damn heated. Producing, we must produce, man. Money making our own mind, having to turning over to, we've got to be producers. We're becoming a third world country. They're replacing us. Fabric, come on now, Nina. I love you, Nina. Fake news, come on now. Tyler, thank you so much for the money and your love, boo. What's all with these priests? These priests, what's all with these poverty primps? All these preachers talking about money and stuff. Don't listen to all them people. Listen to what is in your heart and what you know is right. God has given you no spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. Y'all ain't got no power because you ain't got no passion to do nothing in your life but talk bullshit and listen to bullshit about R. Kelly. That nigga who pees on people. Let's talk about him for 3 days, 4 days, a week, and a month. Let the white people just see us all on Twitter feed talking about him. Oh, them niggas, we got them all talking about R. Kelly. That way they won't be talking about illegal immigrants. See, that's a distraction. Let's get them talking about R. Kelly, and then they won't be talking about illegal immigrants. And they won't be talking about how we need to not focus on them and focus on them. We're going to focus on them with this fool because he represents all of them. See, these are forms that there's entities of people that come to conquer and divide us as people, not with intellectual fortitude of opportunities of things and saying, let's talk about people who are empowering black people. Let's talk about successful people like Madam J.C. Walker, like Washington Carver. Why have we not seen documentaries on them? Why do we not see them being talked about again? God bless it. Lewis, the prize fighter. I'm always amazed by that story, how they used that man and got him for tax evasion. You guys will learn a lot from Joe Louis. Study the Joe Louis story. That's a very amazing and tragic story. Tragic because you'll see what happens at the end. And he gave up everything, and he was the prize fighter, and he beat the Russian. And in the end, the Russian left Russia, came to America, became wealthy in America, and we were proud to have that he beat this man in a fight, but the man beat him in life financially, and he ended up being a servitude person in the end. I'm telling you, these are traits that America and white America has manipulated our mind, that we're now talking about all this other stuff, R. Kelly, yet we're not talking about self-preservation and an invasion of people that are getting ready to take over your neighborhood and your community. But see, you ain't in LA. You ain't in the West Coast. They don't affect you. You don't see that. You don't get that. You just watch all these celebrities and you think they got it going on. Well, they live in a bubble. There's bubbles in California where you will never see some of the stuff that we see because they ain't in the hood. When you in the hood, baby, you see the real deal. When I show you them videos on my feed, out of people homeless people turning their check to, look, black people taking their check down to the cash checker place, they charging them 35%. So you take $1,000 check, they gonna get $300 of that check, okay? $300 of that check. They gonna get it. And then you get the other $700 and you happy and you go back home in your tent. That's what that woman said. She lives in a tent and she's on Social Security. You know, because they said, well, you get no job. No, you don't bank at the bank. No, I just go down and check cash in place and take my money. And then they get a percentage of that. This is the kind of life our people are living. They ain't invested in nothing. They about surviving to not be sick and dead and gone. And we don't do nothing. The millennials don't do nothing. The middle class don't do nothing. And those who are trying, I'm marginalized. Thank you for the brother or sister who just gave me $20. I did not see that. That's amazing. I'm always grateful for anyone that gives me money. I have not reached my financial goal to even get a check yet from YouTube. So that tells you where I am with YouTube. So any money that you donate, eventually, I'm doing videos. I'm talking to people. We're in the community. But damn, I'm telling you, it is a lot going on in California. And more money that you give me, the more I can bring you light on the subject matter. But let's go back to the senior living. So there was a lady I met in Pasadena. She's an elderly lady, and she told me she could not get a place to stay because they have signs on for rentals. It says we rent to immigrants, and refugees. So those people are a priority, not American people, and truly not African American people. We are being displaced and we are being taken out. We are being taken out in California. When I tell you we're at 6%, those who live here, they know it. You guys know it. You do not see us. We don't work anywhere. We can't get hired. They tell you we don't hire black people. What? No, we don't hire black people. They will tell you to your face that they will not hire you. And they will tell you because you don't speak Spanish, but they will also tell you because we just don't hire black people. Now, we have gotten to the point we should be protesting in the streets. We should be standing before the police departments. We should be at the city council meetings. We, as an ethnic group of people, should be on this line, standing toe by toe, locked hand by hand. But we're not doing that. We're too busy talking about the Negro who pees on young girls, because that definitely does a lot for us right there. Talking about all these past rappers and how they all had young girls, and then we go all into what's always been around, and we just go into this whole matrix of sex and perversion and pedophilia. And okay, I get it. How does that put money in my pocket? How does that help me deal with the reality that there are going to be people in your family who work for the government who ain't got no check coming right now? And when will this madness end? When can we stop the madness? When can we stop the madness, my people? It will stop when we acknowledge it of its existence. It'll stop when we speak up towards it. It'll stop when we start recognizing what we need to do to better our own selves. Because if we can do that, we can do better. We can do better. But the Nigerians are doing well. Well, good for them. Good for the Nigerians. Good for Africa. They have resources. The African people have resources. But they got to wake up too. Otherwise, China wants to buy and put them in debt and give them bad loans. There's a lot going on over in Africa. I don't understand why African people even work with the Commonwealth. Why do the African people follow under the Queen of the Commonwealth? And why do they act as a dictatorship and under the monarchy? Because you can see that has got you guys a lot going on. You still got folks wandering around with babies and polluting your communities. We've got to try to help them to some extent, but mostly right now it's about helping African American people. We have to talk about African American people. Nigerians are coming to and returning. Well, this is true. Nigerians as well as the people from Kenya. President Trump met with the president of Kenya. You know, President of Kenya just also denied $3.1 million from China. God bless him. God bless you, President of Kenya. There's other opportunities from other countries that will work with you, and you don't have to deal with that and them shysters, boy. Because President Trump has already said how China has come here and just let us bent over, and we gave everything to him. So thank God that we are now waking up. We are not Nigerian and aren't worried about them. Okay, well, Whatever the case may be, we need to worry about African Americans first. Thank you, Ty. Ty is correct. We need to worry about African Americans first. African Americans came here in 1619, via war, Dutchmen. They came here and they landed in Monroe, Virginia. Monroe, Virginia will be celebrating the 400th anniversary of the first 20 Africans that landed in this country. And those Africans were brought here as commodity in exchange for goods and service. So today, we still are used through commoditized prisons. We're still used by, our girls are still missing. Black girls are still missing. Black girls are still hurting. Black men are still less in our community. And so we have a lot of interchanging of sex. The homosexual community and the black community is rising. The emasculated black man is in existence and accepted in Hollywood and promoted in Hollywood and promoted in your children's life and your grandchildren's life. And y'all think it's cute. Oh, look at him. He's snapping his finger. He's just being cute. He ain't gay. See, you let your children take all those attributes on. They take all those attributes on. And you don't call them out on it. Call them out. Say, what you doing? Oh, I'm just having, you know what you're doing. You keep calling it out, eventually it tick, 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 it'll trigger. But if you don't call those things out and you let your friends tell them it's cute, it's okay, neutral gender, we're all neutral gender, bullshit. See, that's what they do in California, play with your mind. You're no longer a male or a female, you're neutral gender. Well, let me ask you this, when you get pregnant, what are you then? You're a woman with a baby, that's what you are. Because men can't have babies. They trying to change that right now. I mean, it's just little stupid stuff like that. That does not make sense. That does not add any value. Pam says, everything you're saying is true. Okay, we have blood in this dirt. Okay, and you don't. Come on now. Black people got some blood in this dirt, and them damn illegals don't. You come on now. Black people that died so you can have the right to live, to breathe, to establish yourself, to be free. I told you that 14th Amendment was not written for illegal immigrants. It was talking about humanizing a countrymen of people who were used as commodity and trades of goods and service. They were chattel. They were nothing but animals and cattle. And the main part of mankind treated as less than. And the powers that be at that time of the U.S. history said, this is enough. We need to make an amendment to let others know that these people who have made and built this country, and you know, God bless Abraham Lincoln. In many of his speeches, he talks about the contribution of the Africans to this country and what we gave. But we're giving all our contributions away to these other people. Just like you said, they ain't put no blood in the ground, but they good to take your gold from the blood that you spilled and your grandparents spilled. Y'all let that happen all the time. That shit be getting old. You know, the black Indians that are still alive in California. Absolutely. Look, we've got a lot of stuff. I just mentioned earlier, for those who might just chimed in, I talked about how I have Irish and Italian. Not Italian, I don't have an Italian. I have Irish. One day I might post all this stuff. I have British in me. I have an Asian and Native American in me, like 1.3%, but I'm mostly African. I have 90.3% African in me. I have Indonesian in me. Isn't that kind of interesting? Hey, can you see it? Can you see it? But seriously, what all does that matter? Because you got to pay your bills tomorrow. I don't get the Asian check. I didn't get that Asian lady check. I don't get the British Columbian check. And I don't have enough. I got 8.3% British Columbia. I don't have enough in me to be claiming a colonist check. I can't say, I can't pass, if you know what I mean. You think I can pass? Can I pass? No, I don't think I can pass. I got too much African to be doing all that. I'm telling you, you got to realize what you are, where you are, and what you bring to the table. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. And stop degrading what you are. You are your worst enemy. You are your worst enemy. When you don't have to be, you can be your best friend. You can wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to say 5 good things to myself. I'm going to find me 5 good normal people in my life. And all them other people that don't add value, who want to bring you down and discourage you, you need to push them away. Because they have nothing planted in this ground. Claim that 1/3 white blood can get you paid. Really? Shoot. All right, let me know where that check's at. There's a lot of folks. I'm still trying to claim the Indian in me. I'm going to get that Indian check. I got 1.3. I can prove it through 23andMe now. You know, we got all these things. You can walk to the front of the line like the slaves used to say, I'm free, master. See, I got papers. I got papers. How many black people had papers and then white people tore them papers up in their face and made them slaves go join their family? How many? How many? How many times have you seen us prove what we're worth, have value, our assets to what we're worth, and people will disingenuously tell you that it's not true, and you continue to go down the rabbit holes of what they have told you or taken from you? You need to say, oh, no, no, see those papers? I'll take those, retape those papers up and go get to another line. You need to say, nope, I don't receive that. I don't believe in that. I know what I bring to the table. Because, see, that could be what you say normal. What is normal? What is the normal? What is the new normal? The new normal is what you make it. The new normal is what you get out of it. The new normal is what you add value to it. Because we have to go back to traditional values within the black community. We need to go back to what we used to cook together. You know, them soul food meals on Sundays. We sit across and talk to each other. And Big Mama, put that Big Mama at the table. Put somebody, and Big Mama may not be alive in your life, but the Big Mama is the most common sense person, the most seasoned person, the person that knows how to work the season of salt in the conversations without too much chaos, you know? No, you got a little bit too much cayenne pepper kicking there. We need some good seasoned salt. We need some A-Shaw seasoned salt. We need some good seasoned salt at the table. See, y'all ain't got no seasoned salt in your house. You got that white salt. That's the problem. You get some good seasoned salt, you would be able to understand who you are and what you can do in a variety of ways with that salt and instead other than salt and pepper. But you won't do that because you've not brought your tribe together. You've not brought your collaboration of a family or family that you basically have, I won't say invented, but family that you've created in your life. And some of the people you just have to dismiss in 2019. So, boom, boom, you were in 18, and I ain't got that kind of time anymore for you. And you know how you give them time? You say, you know what, I got an appointment. Your appointment might be going to the bathroom. But when you talk to them, they keep rambling on. Just say, you know what, I ain't got no time for this. I gotta go, girl. I gotta go. I got a 2 o'clock. Or just round it off. It's 2 o'clock or almost 2:30. I got a 2:30. I got a 3 o'clock coming. Round that number off. Round that time and say, hasta la vista. Because they are not adding any money into your life. Someone says Big Mama was an Indian. Okay, if Big Mama was your Indian, let that history and that tribe bring your people together. That'll bring you some self-preservation of valuing who you are. So when you walk down the street and they telling you less than, and then you got to help all these other people, your mind is being distracted. These are purpose little coins that they're doing to distract you of your own wealth and contribution of existence in this country. That's what you need to understand, and that's why I'm telling you, start talking about your life and your people. If you said, I don't have that, then start sharing your life with someone else who's got something good going. Start inheriting and gravitating towards something that has value and make it you. Make that what you don't have, what you could become, okay? You see what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense. Facts. Rico Lee, I didn't come here on no boat. Okay? No, we didn't come here on no boat. They brought us here as commodity. And some of us did come here on a boat for those who are slaves, the indigenous slave children. We did come here on boats. And they stacked us and racked us like, you know, like, they kind of stacked us up like a hot, I always say, how did they bring blacks over here? Kind of like, you see how you see hot dogs in the store? How they vacuum seal those hot dogs and they line them up. That's how they line black people up, rows by row. And they vacuum sealed them up in a boat and they brought them over. And the ones that lived, they lived. The ones that died, they tossed over. But those people decimated on each other and peed on each other. Y'all don't understand all the trifling stuff that seed that was on that ship went through so that you can live today, just to give it to some illegal immigrants and some refugees. I mean, come on. It just gets a little old and it does not add any value. You need to understand the value and the fortitude you can have to move you to that next level. So, I'm going to leave you again, like I said I was going to do about 40 minutes ago, which I didn't do, but I'm going to do now. I need you to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please join Urban Game Changers, and please let me know if you'd like to start an Urban Game Changer in your state. And what we do is we have channels and radio and talk shows and blog talks of people across the country who think like me and you. I mentioned my people earlier. I love T. West. I love Willie Larson. Thank God for people like that. Phil Scott. I thank God for him. He's got an amazing show. Dr. Mumbai, she's amazing. There's just some other people I know. I'm missing. Dinus is amazing. I think Kiki Green, Tria Logic. I told you, Yvette Cornell. There's a lot of us. We all may not agree with each other 104%. We may agree 60 or 70%, but there's something you can gain by watching these shows. There's something you can look at these shows other than talking about a man that pees on young girls and manipulates them for the last week. Don't get distracted by Hollywood. These are Hollywood trying to distract the black community from talking about immigration and promoting this whole R. Kelly situation, which is like, why are we even talking about this man who ain't got no album or nothing out right now? Like, you know, there's a method to their madness. There's a reason why they want you talking about this man, because they want you distracted from this situation that is displacing your people, annihilating your people, and making you less than. They pushing you out for them. And in the meantime, you won't even see it because you too worried talking about that stupid damn R. Kelly. Thank you, Pam. Make sure you go to Urban Game Changer. Sign up right now. Join right now. Follow Shirley Husar on Facebook. Find me on Facebook. You'll see me talking. Look at some of my videos. I talked about on my videos about them pooping in the streets of LA. It's legal to poop, to defecate in public. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a squat anywhere. There was a lady who was in a store. She squatted in a space, and she threw the shit at the worker and walked away. This is the mentality of the people. The minds are gone. They're gone, and it can happen in your state, but you don't think it will because it's not affecting you because you're not on the southern part of the borders. They're not getting ready to rampage into your state like they are in California and Texas and Arizona. They're not coming over to your state. So try to listen to someone who lives in the state, who's going through the pain. If anything, look at me, and I'm telling you from my heart of living here, I'm going through hell. I'm going through hell. I don't see none of y'all. I don't see no beautiful black men. I see all these emasculated female black boys. Hey girl, if I gotta see one more little nigga flap his hands to me, I want to slap that bitch so hard and say, what happened to the dick in your body? I mean, it's going in the wrong hole. I'm sorry. I know I'm drifting now. I won't start saying crazy stuff, but it's just too much. It's too much living in the state and seeing your people used in ways and manipulated through Hollywood, and the young mothers don't say nothing. They just let their boys become whatever they want. They let their girls go out looking like whatever they want. They just let the girls go out. They just let them look like that. And we're not winning. We're not winning. I'm not going to sit back and give you a rah-rah speech because I can't. I can't when you're supporting people that are going against your own culture of people. Why can't you see that? Why can't you wake up to that? Those people who won, I'm leaving this note, those Muslim women that won that race and that Cordova girl, those two Muslim women won in black communities that were uncontested by black people. There were no black people that ran for office in their own state. Why is that? How can you come from a third world country or another country and win as a first immigrant when you got other people who have been here for 400 years and they didn't even take up the mantle for their own community? There's a plot against you from thinking outside the box of taking the risk to protect your own. Someone in Michigan black should run against these women because they're not going to think about you just to let you know. Their agenda is to bring more of them into this country. They want to make the UN the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party is going to be the UN party. You watch. They're going to tell, well, we got to diversify. You diversify in what way? They're immigrants. They're migrants. They're not Americans. They don't believe in the capitalism and the democracy of what we do. They want to make it so open that they're going to have you work your ass off for them and their families and be the decision makers of things in their life and not your life. And so therefore we will not have the right priorities of understanding we the people in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and domestic tranquility will no longer exist because we're at that verge right now. You know, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare. We're not doing any of those things of the preamble or the Constitution. And forget about your state constitution. Half of y'all Negroes don't even know how your state constitution has been manipulated. Like in California, did you know we voted for English first? And then somebody came up and said, no, we're not going to enforce that law. California is supposed to be English first, and they have not made that priority in the California bylaws, but we voted for it in the state. There's a lot of things your state has voted for. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. Just go back and dig up some laws and start getting together at your city council meetings and get on their asses about, well, you know, that's not law. That's not what they say. And start getting some attorneys if you have to, if you got the money. See, honestly, if black people had lobbyists and attorneys, we would be better positioned. But we're dispositioned because we don't have the money to fight back with political power. Listen to what I'm saying. We don't have the money to fight back with political power, to fight against how Hollywood is pandering after our pain and pandering after our young men to make them effeminate. How Hollywood, how privatized prisons are using our strong black men. Black men have certain body types other cultural men do not have. Come on, you know that. Come on, you know that. Black men have, I'm not talking about the genital areas, I'm talking about body type. They're tall, their muscle mass, all of that is much different. And they know that they can use that towards workmanship and craftsmanship and steel work. And they go, do you know those fires that they had recently that they used the prisoners on the front line? And those prisoners got paid like $2 a day? Them fires they had in California, yeah. They used prisoners first to put them fires out. Then them firefighters, oh, God bless the firefighters and all this. I'm not disavowing them. God bless the firefighters. But God bless the prisoners who also went out and put them damn fires out. That were your people. Your people. Y'all need to wake up. We are still used as commodity trades and goods and service, but y'all too busy sleeping at the wheel talking about we got to support the illegal immigrants. You don't need to support them people. They do not support you. They do not support your cause, and they do not believe in you. They believe that you need to step aside and help these people. Well, hell, you can't even help yourself. You can't even help yourself. And if you say, I can help myself, I can pay my bills, then go help them 20 Negroes homeless right now sleeping in the tents. And if you ain't got no tent Negroes, come on to California. I can pick out 20 of them for you right now. I can just throw you outside. You'll find 20 of them. Go help them out. And like fake news said, they make 90 cents a day, the prisoners. Less than $1. Less than $1. And nobody, like Soul said, should be supporting illegal immigrants. Nobody should be supporting that. California has been done with fires and trampled over in so many ways, and yet we sit back and we take it. We take it. And it seems sometimes I'm alone sometimes out here. And I don't understand these black people who are my friends who are Democrats that support illegal immigrants. They make no sense to me. And when they can easily see that there's no homeless Asian people, there's no homeless Mexican people, there's no homeless Armenian people or Indian people. It's homeless black Americans. Ain't none of y'all see that? Is anybody not smelling the cookies? Are they out to lunch? Are they something going on? What if I move? Soul says, move out of California. If I move, will that fix the problem? If I move, will that fix the problem? No. If I move, it may make me in a better position of sanity, I will tell you that much, but I still cannot forget my fellow man. I still have to hold legislators accountable, including myself and you, for not sharing and talking about this among your community and the things that I've mentioned, and then verify the things that I've shared and look them up online and show the validity of what it brings to the table and the differences we can make. But like I said, Hollywood is on a mission to continue to confuse us as a people. That's why they're pushing that damn R. Kelly thing. Like, nobody was talking about R. Kelly, and everybody knew he was a freak. Is nobody not know in the black community R. Kelly was a freak? Ding, 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 ding. He liked little kids and got away with it. Like, you know, is this something new? That the people sacrifice their kids? Come on. So why are we talking about this? So it's a distraction from the real truth that's going on, that your people are homeless, displaced, and disemboweled in the community. That's what we need to be talking about. So I encourage you to get out there and push real truths and real agendas. And next time I come on, I'm going to try to come on. I'm working this week, but I'll try to come back on again. And tell me in the comments section, please like and make comments. Please share this video. Thank you for everyone who has given me money. God bless you all. Giving money tonight. I can't believe it. Girl can go get some. I can go get some new hair. I can get a new bra. Hey, no, my bras cost some serious money. I got them prima donna bras, girl. Them girls got to be held high. Them over the bolder shoulder holders. I got to hold them girls up high. I can't be using that $20 bra. Girl, I need to hold the titties up high. Y'all want to donate some bra money? You know, the bra money. Get the girls up high. Shit, you know, them bra monies be costing some money. Like, you know, prima donnas be costing like $150, $199. But girl, you be high. The titties be so high, it's hitting you in your chin. You hit right here. Instead of down where your stomach is. It's like, way down blows us. Yeah, you don't want to. You guys laughing. You got to get the girls up. They like hitting you in the face. Yeah, that takes bra money. So I thank you for that. There's a lot of us with some big breasts. Boy, I don't know. Sisters got the chest, right? Somebody says Tree of Logic. Tree got breasts. Who else got breasts? I'm talking about titties now. I need to stop. Kiki got chest. Tasha K got a chest. I met all these people. Except for Kiki, I met Tasha K and I've met Lovely T. I love me some Lovely T. I'm Team Lovely T. So, you know, we just sisters. We're sister girls. We know we got to deal with. But, you know, we got to keep them high. So all the donations y'all make, it gets us better from getting a Sears bra. We can step up to a better level. Anyway, well, each one says, well, Candace is Caribbean. She ain't black. So that's why she ain't got no sister breasts. That's another sign. No breast, no ass. Here, there you go. There you go. Anyway, she ain't got that that Nigerian butt in her, girl. She ain't got that. Either I can tell that. I'm from Louisiana because my family's from Louisiana. Girl, what you doing right here? You ain't got that. They got that body right. Or you from the islands? You know, they got that big booty. They keep moving. Girl, you got the big booty. You just keep going. Anyway, I know I keep cracking jokes. Anything else? Anybody else have any questions on? I have a big booty, but I don't know what to talk about. Girl, check about how it bounces. Make sure it stays high, because when you get older it starts to sag. That ain't a good thing. Keep the booty high. Keep the booty high. Squeeze the muscles. Squeeze the muscles. I say stay healthy. If anything, when you have a body, stay healthy. LA's next time I'm in LA, I'll take. Oh, you gonna take me bra shopping? Oh, look, you gonna take me shopping? Why don't you just send me a gift certificate? I could be scary. Best place to go for bras if you're going to go shopping. I'm pivoting a little bit here, so stay with me. The best place to go for bras is called Jeanette's Bras. The letter starts at D. Look it up, Jeanette's Bras. The letter starts at D. It's a beautiful boutique. They have one in Hollywood and Pasadena. And when you go in, they do all your measurements. They take you into a private location, and you feel very comfortable. They'll serve you water, and they ought to. You didn't spend $150 on bra and $75 for panties. You then walked out about $500 with your money on 2 sets of bra and panties, maybe 1 set. But you know what? You will wear that bra much longer than you will a cheap bra. I don't know if I've ever tried those bras. Anybody try those bras? Was it Janetta? Bras? Not familiar with that one. Why am I talking about bras? Because I can. I got big girls. The girls need to be up. They kind of low tonight. I ain't got no bra. Anyway. But you know, you got to keep yourself up. Whatever you do, if it's just, look, a good pair of bra, a good bra and some panties make you feel good, right? Every man wants his girl. If you're a man and you watching, and your girl got some cheap bra and panties, and you won't take her to get a good pair of good bra and panties, you a cheap motherfucker. Excuse me. You cheap. Go do something nice for your woman and get a good pair of bra and panties. Take it to Jeanette Bras. Get her good. Go to Prima Donna. Go to Prima Donna. Spend some real money instead of wanting to go eat out better than Sizzlers on Thursdays. Go get. Stop drinking so much Starbucks and go buy your girl a nice pair of bra and panties. And if you're a woman, get yourself a better bra and panties, okay? Bra and panties, and keeps it good. Some good PJs, okay? Come on now. A good pair of underwear. A good pair of pajamas. Make yourself feel and smell and taste and lay back in the pillows. See, I'm in the nice pillows. I'm in the nice pillows tonight. That's because I'm not in my house, but I'm in the hotel with the nice pillows. Lay back, you know. Feel good. Feel good. Do something good about yourself, you know. Come on now. We got to think about that. We got to think about the good, because there's enough crazy going on. 60 years ago, there was an episode called Track Back, that told stories of common names of, oh my God, he's talking about Trump on the wall. Okay. You too late. We talked about Trump on the wall. You late, David. You late. You late. Cookie jar late. I've been on for 2 hours. You late. Rewind. and go back to watch the beginning of the video where I talk about Trump and the wall and all that. We talking about bras and titties right now. I didn't got so low now. I'm talking about bras and titties. Anyway, I don't have that much makeup on. Oh, my skin was a mess. I went to Disneyland and didn't have any sunscreen. What the hell was I thinking? So boy, I gotta reconstruct my skin. But thank you so much. I just put a little something on, but not much. Anything else anyone else got to say? La 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 la. I think that's it. I love you guys. I love you. Peace out. Keep in touch and stay tuned. Okay. Good night.